all our dolls out and play with them and do all kinds of awesome things. Just because it's an expensive doll does not mean you have to keep it in its box all the time. Now, it's great to keep it in its box when you're traveling, when you're, when you have relatives over, things that won't get accidentally pumped or anything like that. But I mean, it's really sad when I hear stories of people who like, oh, I got this really expensive doll and I keep it in my box in my closet and I never take it out ever. What's the point of having it?
They get stinky if you leave them in their box.
Yeah, they start to smell like resin, like the resin over time will like just fill that box and it'll all smell like resin. It's kind of weird. Okay, so do keep an open mind about everything. Never say never, which is another point I have on here, but we're going to get that out because that's really important.
There's all sorts of, everybody has their own personal tastes in what they do with their dolls, how they style them, how what they want their characters to be, everything like that. And it's good to be open-minded and not so judgmental. And what you do with your dolls is what you do with yours. What other people do with their dolls is what they do with theirs.
The way we typically put that in the hobby is it's your money, you can do whatever you want with it. Okay, so don't leave your doll standing unattended. I learned this a lot because I have really good standers and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to leave them standing on a table and totally walk away for a second and then it's like, face plant! Usually they're all vinyl, so there's no major damage, but I've had a couple of resins do that too. So generally don't do what I do. It's bad.
And what you can do is get a doll stand.
Yes.
You can even find ones like this at Hobby Lobby. Basically, this goes around the waist, they stand. It's a much safer way to have them out on display. There's also a saddle stand is what they call it, and it has similar style, but then it goes like in between their legs, so it's
like
less visible.
Like a hook like that, so it goes underneath their clothes and things, so you can see the outfit better. Okay, so do your research. Cannot stress this enough. Do research. Do lots and lots of research. Especially if you're like, oh, I totally want to get a doll from, blank, because you saw it on eBay. Do research and make sure you know exactly what you're getting into, exactly what it comes with, exactly what all of that stuff is before you order it. Yes?
And that goes for anything, like, once you get your doll and then you're thinking about, oh, those clothes are cute. There are places online that you can go and, ask questions from other doll owners, search for threads related to this, and make sure, that doll more clothes fit kid dolls or something like that, Same thing, if you're looking into which products to use for your face-up, do your research and make sure that the brand of doll you have isn't made with a type of resin that might react badly to a certain product. A very good place is Den of Angels. It's probably the largest forum in one forum doll related.
Now, I was going to say, there are also doll groups on, say, Facebook. There are doll, I think almost every social network has a ball-jointed doll group where it's fine to ask questions. The most common question I hear is, can I use Sharpie pen marker on my doll? We're going to get to that. No. Okay, so don't expose your doll to extreme heat. Okay, can anyone tell me, how old are we getting here? Okay, can anyone tell me what happens when you put a VHS tape in the car and leave it?
It doesn't work anymore?
Yeah, it starts to warp and stuff.
It melts.
And it smells awful.
Yeah, okay, imagine a resin doll as a VHS tape. When you leave it in a car for a really, really long time, things start to happen, and it's not good.
It sounds like it's going to be like a scary movie. Melted and come back
It could be depending on that. So
it's a mutant.
Yes. Okay.
You don't leave your pets in the car, and you don't leave your children in the car, so don't leave your dolls in a hot car.
Yes. Okay, so have fun. This is the biggest point, I swear. Have fun. Okay, I even this morning, I heard from somebody being like, oh, I love my dolls and I love doing everything with those. One person said something that made me upset about my dolls. I'm like, well, who cares? Be happy. It's your hobby. It's your doll. Have fun with it and enjoy it. That's, all there is to it. Okay, and the last one. Well, it's never say never. Ever. Once upon a time, couple of years ago, I was getting my first doll, and I was like, oh, I'm awesome. I'll only have one doll because I only ever need one. That's how they all say we only ever need one. And then my doll needed a friend, and then that friend didn't like my doll, so I needed another one. And I said, oh, I'm only gonna have 1/4 scale because, they're small and easy to take around. And then I found this gorgeous 1/3 doll that I really needed to have. And then I said, okay, but no dolls with teeth showing. And I have like 3 or 4 dolls with teeth showing now. And I said, I'll never get a vinyl doll, no. And now you see I have like an entire vinyl army over here. So never say never. Something that you think you don't like or you think would look horrible, you would never think of getting. Someday, someone will prove you wrong, and it will be bad, and you will feel bad, and it will suck. Yes?
Are these all your dolls?
No. They could be.
They're all Arkansas Tenshi
They're all
dolls.
Arkansas Tenshi members' dolls, yes. There are a fair number of mine here, and hers also. And they're over there. So
And then we
lucky.
have dolls in the audience too.
And lots of dolls out here, too. But yes, those are the important things.
Let's get into some of the care and troubleshooting.
By the way, isn't this adorable, by the way? Just
Yeah.
Aw, ready? Okay.
Is it holding a Milo pony?
Yes, this is my Fluttershy doll holding my Fluttershy. Yeah, she's right there. So, yes,
Is that Applejack next to her on TV Pie?
yes. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Let's get through this. Okay.
This basically, we're going to go over some basic cleaning, staining and prevention. Yellowing is inevitable for the resin. Tightening and replacing elastic, and swinging tips. If you don't know what some of these things are, we will tell you. Don't worry.
Don't freak out yet. We need a sign. We need a don't panic sign, like right over here, like in Hitchhikers. Okay, anyway.
Basic cleaning. Once again, the magic eraser is your best friend.
Well, I actually had to use it this morning. Like,
Yes,
I was
you
wandering around the convention and I had 2 dolls in my hands. One of them got a stain from the other's jacket, and I'm like, oh no, Keilee, what do we do? It's okay, I have my magic eraser. So,
It erases it.
it
You
does.
can use it dry, or for really tough dirt and stains, you can get it wet, just kind of moist, and use it to buff out stains, dirt, everything like that. Very easy, just kind of go like. Be careful on a face-up though, because it can, depending on how hard you rub with it, it could penetrate the sealant and mess up your face-up. Or body blush too.
Come in. It's okay. Not really. Come on, just sit down. It's all right. We're going through the awesome stuff.
Again, staining and
I love you too.
Staining and prevention is going to be an issue no matter what kind of doll you have. They can stain. So best thing you can do is try to prevent it first of all. Again, the wig cap will help prevent wigs, the color from running, particularly the dark wigs. The body sock, again, for the clothes. Also, you can pre-wash your doll clothes.
There are 2 methods that we found pretty well. The first one is the one that everybody on Animangel Sprig mint, which is a 1 part vinegar to, what was it, 3 parts water or 2 parts water?
Everybody has their own formula. It's basically you want some vinegar water.
And you soak your clothes in it, and it takes some of the dye out to help prevent loose dye from falling off, from coming off on your doll. The other method is to take whatever major big pieces of the outfit that you really think are going to stain, stick it in an underwear or lingerie bag for your washing machine, and you set it in your washer on cold and colors, for cold color wash, and on delicate cycle. And then you let it go, and you let it wash, and then you let it dry like on top of a towel, and just let it dry, air dry. It's apparently works pretty well.
Yes, and there's actually a product that you can add to the wash with like a gentle laundry detergent that helps set the color. I think it's actually called just Color Fix. You can find it in any kind of grocery or Walmart store.
There's like no detergent, just flat out water, and it works really well.
Well, and sealant.
Oh yeah.
You can also seal your doll. That can help prevent some of the staining. Also, if you we'll go into this later, but getting a UV cut can help cut down on some of the UV exposure from the sun. But again, it's kind of a combination of these methods are going to be your best bet to prevent staining. If you do get a stain, once again, the magic eraser is your friend.
Say hello to your friend. Hello. White.
Hello,
Wonderful.
Smiley face on.
We should have. Why didn't we think of that? Sorry.
The eraser would have taken
And
it
then we
off.
have-
For more stubborn stains, there are products that you can buy. Twin Pines is a website. It's just twinpines.com, I believe. They sell Formula 911, which is specifically for, this is a doll company. They restore all sorts of dolls. But Formula 911 or Removes It are 2 products that can be used on with resin and vinyl.
I know removes it can be used
Yeah.
on vinyl.
Yes.
Absolutely no problem.
To remove stains. Removes it is actually it's acne
Yeah.
cream, and there's other acne creams that you can use. Again, do your research before you just put any random thing on your doll. But I think it's the benzo something or other.
Benzoyl peroxide.
Yeah,
Mm.
big words I can't pronounce.
Big sciencey words.
Yes.
On stain removal, it says 911 and removes it.
Yes, those are the two products.
Yeah, sorry, it's Formula 911.
Yeah, and removes it, which is made by Twin Pines, is the company name.
That like removes it.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it
it.
is.
It's
It's an acne cream, but it's really great on removing, especially from vinyl.
mhm.
Okay, so anyway.
And this is why pre-washing is helpful. This is some dark clothes in a bucket of vinegar water and all the dye bleed that luckily was in the bucket and not on my doll.
Yeah. Even clothes from doll companies can stain. So, yeah, it's pretty. Yes. Yellowing! It is an inevitable process for resin. All resin will eventually yellow slightly, but it's natural. It's not like, OMG, my doll's a mutant. It's supposed to be that.
And it doesn't mean like bright yellow either. We can show you some of the dolls here.
Yes.
Actually,
Kun
this
and
picture-
Lucis are ancient.
That's right, yeah.
This doll right here is the one closer to Alicia. It's slightly yellow next to a newer doll. So it's not, it's not like, oh no, she's bright neon yellow. And I personally think she's still beautiful, even though she's not brand new looking.
Never big.
But sunlight exposure, you have another. Yeah. Sunlight exposure will also speed up yellowing. So that's why this, again, the Mr. Super Clear UV cut helps cut down the UV rays.
Hello.
It's okay.
If it really bothers you, there are methods that you can try to de-yellow your doll. Again, look that up. There's, using
I've heard of OxyClean. I've heard of-
OxyClean or
I can't recommend any of them because I've not personally tried them yet, but I mean, there's research. It's out there. It exists. Information exists.